Already?
50 podcasts.
Oh, my goodness.
50 podcasts. What's your thoughts on this? We have been doing this for, let's see what date it started. So we are at 50 podcasts, and we started the podcast. We started it 5 months ago.
Was it 5 months?
5 months ago.
Oh, wow.
April 1st. April 1st. So that means April Fool's Day is our reunion for the podcast.
Oh, okay.
So, Grandma, tell me what you think. 50 podcasts.
Wow, that's a lot.
What's going through your brain right now? What's going through your brain right now? I remember the very first few podcasts, you were awkward on it. You did not want to say a thing. You didn't know how to talk. And then eventually you ended up getting it. Remember that?
Yep.
And now look at you. You become a professional. Can you believe 50 podcasts?
Wow, that's
If you
a
want
lot.
it. That means if the family ever wants to know the real you and what they're missing out on, there is 50 videos that they can watch to know what they're missing out on. What's your thoughts on that?
Well, wow,
What's your thoughts, Mimi?
that's a lot of podcasts.
Man. I might make a montage of
That.
it's just gonna be like clips from 1 to 50, just little clips from each podcast to give people a gist where we are today. Like if they're late on the podcast, they can watch one video to kind of get caught up.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh.
Unless Grandma don't believe in that stuff.
That's called the montage?
Yeah, you make a little montage from 1 through 50
Oh.
so people can catch up and see where our logos
How
are.
in the world you're going to do that?
Oh,
That would be very difficult. Because you have to go through each and every one of them to know which clips you're going to take.
it's not hard. Especially now that I know when it comes to 100, we can do it. Like every 50, we can have a montage. And I can already start working on the files. It won't take long, 1 through 50. You just take something out of the podcast, put it in. Maybe it'll take you a long time. But for me, just give me an hour. I'll be good.
Really? An hour?
Yeah.
That's it?
Yeah.
Wow, James. How in the world are you going to decide what you'd keep and what you'd leave?
Well, Grandma, you only grab an important part of each podcast.
Oh.
Unless my grandma don't believe in it.
No, I do. But wait a minute. What? We didn't say too much on our first podcast.
On the very first one?
Yeah, the very first one.
Yeah, we did.
We did?
Yeah, remember we had the soundboards with the gorilla noises and stuff?
Yes, that's right.
You don't remember that?
Yeah, I remember that.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
I don't think you do.
Yeah, I do.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I remember that.
So, Meerkat,
Yeah.
you have 50 videos online. A podcast that is run by your grandson and you. You put work into this too.
Yeah.
You've done something, Grandma. You've done something. You put yourself out there. You have learned more about yourself. You have confessed stuff that you never confessed. Face it, Grandma, it's an outlet for us both.
I know. Wow.
Because at the end of the day, we could be helping someone who goes through the same stuff we go through.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, my grandma is cool. Grandma is awesome. And Grandma, we have 50.
Wow, that's a lot.
5 0 5 0 5 0 5.
But did you count them up today?
No, I have them numbered.
Oh, you've got them numbered.
When I hit this couch with a hammer, it don't do anything. 1, 2, 1.
Well, don't do that.
Why?
Don't hit the couch with a hammer.
Why?
You're going to break your couch.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
Yeah, you will.
You're gonna break your couch. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 1 2 1 2 1 2. Do. So Mimi, 50 frickin' podcasts.
Wow, that's a lot.
So Momo, I'm curious. What have you got from this experience of 50 podcasts?
Well, that I started opening up and confessing things. Then I wished I wouldn't have done it.
Why?
I don't know.
Why do you wish you wouldn't have done it?
Maybe that's too much information.
No, I confess a bunch of stuff too. Heck, I talk about my family and stuff I've done with them.
Yeah.
So what are you talking about?
Yeah,
but see,
what if you're...
I don't care. I don't care. What do I got to lose? Because at the end of the day, I can't even go to my own parents and talk to them about this stuff. What do I got to lose? Nothing. I've done been kicked out for it. Because you know why I got kicked out? Because I went off on Mom about this. About the same stuff I talk about on the podcast. I went off on her about it. What'd she do? Get out of my house. Get out of my house. I don't care. Because at the end of the day, Grandma, you're not expected to live forever. I gotta find someone. That's where the podcast comes in. Maybe I can touch someone who goes through this, and I can go to them because I can't go to my own family.
Yeah.
I'm not even allowed to be in their house when I'm in an episode. For crying out loud, I was breaking the rules when I went to go visit them because I was in an episode the whole time.
You were?
Yeah.
When was that? Monday?
Mm-hmm.
No,
like Wednesday. Like
Wednesday.
Yep.
What were you doing in an episode Wednesday?
You don't remember? The club closed early, and I was like,
yes.
She's lied to me, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, yeah.
But we got everything worked out now, so that don't happen no more.
Oh, that's good.
But see, you're embarrassed because you know why? Because, face it, you don't have a backbone. Me, I want to argue about it because at the end of the day, I want my parents to be by my side and help me. I want them to be able to comfort me through my episodes. They had all the time in the world, from when I was a kid having episodes to an adult. And all they did was say, you're overreacting. Oh, James, quit overreacting. You know how that feels? You know how that feels? Like you're suffering, you're so dizzy, you have to hold on to the wall just to maintain balance, and you're just yelling at them. And my dad says, "Oh, James, be quiet. You sound drunk and you're not even drunk. Stop talking like that." When I'm having a severe episode.
Oh, honey. I'm sorry you
So,
went through all that.
see, you are embarrassed about saying stuff that could help someone. But Grandma, I don't care. Because at the end of the day, when you're dead and gone, I got nothing. Got nothing. So think about that. Think about that.
Gee, I don't like it when you say you're dead and gone.
It's true.
James, don't say that, please.
I don't know why. I said when. You still got a long life ahead of you, but like I said,
I think I do.
when you're dead and gone, I got nothing. I got no one else to call for my episodes. I got nothing.
Well, you got Natalie.
Yeah. But to be honest, I kind of don't like showing Natalie. Natalie hasn't seen my episodes. I don't want to even bring her in that.
Oh, really?
No, you've seen me at my worst. Why would I want to bring Natalie into that world? Why would I want to do that?
I don't know.
Give me one good example on why I would do that. An innocent person who suffers from the same thing I do, she might not be like a violent, she might not even be violent if she even has episodes. But Grandma, I can get violent. That's what I'm talking about. Why would I bring her into that?
Yeah,
Why would I bring her into that?
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, of course, I'm not like I was. I mean, I'm on medicine now, so I'm not, I might still talk violent and stuff, but I'm nothing like I was. But
That's
still,
good.
I mean, it's just like that day at work, I had that severe episode, and the woman comes out to my car, and she's like, "James, like I'm yelling, cussing, I'm talking crazy stuff, like I'm talking manic stuff, and I haven't had an episode like that in forever. And I was talking manic stuff. I got Dad on the phone because you didn't pick up the phone, and what was it? It was Dad
You
just
had your dad on the phone?
yeah. Who else was I gonna call? Grandma?
Wow, how did your dad react?
Oh, he was giving me more fire too. He was adding fire to it, just making the fire bigger. Oh boy, you ain't gonna do nothing. You ain't gonna do nothing. Quit talking like that. You ain't gonna do nothing. You ain't gonna do nothing. Quit talking that crazy stuff. You ain't gonna do nothing.
Ooh-wee.
And even my caseworker said that is not a way to talk to someone who's in a manic episode.
No.
But then, when I started saying, old lady ain't gonna do, old lady can't defend herself. Old lady can't do nothing. I'll do it. And then that's when Dad starts taking it serious. Don't make sense. How are you going to add more fire to something and then feel a little sensitivity? I know why he felt that sensitivity, because he lost his mother and he lost Grandma Phyllis.
Yeah.
But how are you going to add more fire to it? That's what I mean. Now, don't be saying her name, because I'm using this as bonus footage for the 50th podcast.
Oh, I said her name.
Oh, yeah, I censored it, though.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
I don't mind. But anyway. But yeah. That's what I mean, because usually in my episodes, pretty much it's just paranoia of dying, pretty much. I don't really get the violent stuff because I'm on medicine and whatnot. That was the only time I was in a very manic episode. And I haven't been in one of those in years. But I mean, like I said, would you rather have someone who has control of it than someone who does it and they might be exposing themselves to something that might get them into an episode?
I'd rather have someone that's controlling it.
Exactly. And that is something that my crush has and my old crush.
Oh.
My old crush, especially because, you know, that's what I love about her. Like when I show up, she says, the first thing she asks, is everything okay? She always asks me that, and
oh, how nice.
Have you been going to your caseworker? Been taking your medicine? Yeah, she remembers everything. That's what I mean. That's what I mean. When I go there, Grandma, I am loved. I am loved.
Oh, that's good, James.
And that's what I mean.
She's concerned about you.
Of course. I see, that's what I mean. That is exactly what I mean, Mama. When it's your time. When it's your time. And you know what I mean by that. When it's your time.
Yeah, well, let's not talk about that right now.
There's no reason you should be depressed. This should be uplifting you to live longer. Because, Grandma, you got to think of me. You got to think of me. You are my everything. You are my everything. You've been for the episodes when even Mom and Dad kicked me out and everything. You've been there. You've been there for me. You were on the phone when I was homeless, Grandma. Like, if you weren't here, if you weren't there during those times, I probably would have been dead.
Oh, James.
I'm just saying. That's what I mean. You got to think like that. You got to think that way. So when I say, when you were all like, yeah, but maybe you said a little too much, or blah, 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 or this, or this, or this, or maybe you said a little too much. Actually, no, I didn't. And to be honest, I wish I could say more. Because I have no shame in my game. It is what it is. I need to find someone who can help me when it's your time. Because I can't go back to my family. This podcast is all I got right now to even try to reach out. And sure, people can say that I'll be there for you. People can say that all they want. But at the end of the day, I know who can control it and who can't. I can already tell you that. Because everyone has a quirk where, like, it can make me mad. And that is what will spike the violence, like the violent side. Like, if I'm in an episode, like if I'm in a manic episode especially, and you're sitting there saying, oh, I'm sorry, James. Oh, I'm so sorry, James. I didn't mean to say that like that. James, I'm sorry. You're gonna make me mad. But don't do that. Because it was like when me and Dad were going at it, and when he was just saying stop, like all I saw was just beat the crap out of him. Just keep going. Like, I'm not gonna stop. You're just triggering it more. Quit showing weakness. Don't do that. Because I'm not gonna stop.
So what does a person do then to help you to stop?
Pretty much, just show love. Tell me everything's okay.
Yeah.
That's all you got to do. Why do you think I'm so quick to call you?
Yeah.
When I call my parents when I'm in an episode, all I get is, quit talking like that. Quit talking that. You're talking crazy talk. You better stop. I don't get the love and compassion that I need. And that's how it's always been my whole life when I've had episodes. Yelling, telling me I'm overreacting. When, from the stuff that my therapist said, those are severe cases for a kid. Because it's very mentally traumatic.
Yeah.
That's what when I say, like if DCFS was involved and they saw the episodes I was having and stuff and, heard how I was reacting and stuff, my therapist even said it. Like, I would have been taken away. Because I was not getting, like, pretty much you're just worsening the situation.
Yeah.
And I told Mom that because that's how much I don't care. I don't care. I don't care because guess who has to deal with it? Guess who has to deal with the outcome? Guess who has to deal with it all? Who has to deal with it?
You?
That's right. And I have every right to talk about it. Because, my parents weren't ashamed of it. My parents weren't ashamed of it. My dad was proud when he kicked me out and stuff. He might not be proud no more, but he was proud of it when he did it. I remember him calling Ma up and everything. Talking about, I had to kick the boy out. Yep, had to kick him out. He just had to go. He was boasting about that's something to be proud of.
Are you sure he did that?
Listen, Grandma, I promise to God on my life.
No, don't promise on your life.
That's how much I mean it. I was there. I was there visiting when he was on the phone with her.
Uh-huh.
I don't forget this stuff. I don't forget it. I don't forget it. And see, that's the thing. That's why when I go back home, there's so much reclusive tendencies that would get in my head. That's why I was so shocked when I went to go visit and I didn't have not one reclusive tendency.
Isn't that wonderful?
It's shocking because you know what? My parents gave me my space. I didn't get ridiculed for what I was wearing because I hate when they do that. I hate when they do that. Ooh, I hate when they do that. Mom talking about, I don't like the way you dress. Why are you wearing that? Why are you wearing that? Why are you wearing flip-flops? I hate when they say stuff about my flip-flops. I want to wear flip-flops. Big whoop. Big frickin' whoop. I can't stand that. But the podcast is all I got to even try to find someone who can help. Sure, there have been people who have offered, but I know at the end of the day who is capable and who is not.
Yeah.
And who really makes me feel where I can just be completely vulnerable to them and just expose everything and just let them in with open arms. What?
I'm the honored one?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, honey, you honor me with that.
Yeah.
That makes me feel important.
Yeah, that's why when you don't answer the phone when I'm in my episode, it makes me mad.
Oh.
But when you're having your episode, hello?
Yeah.
When you have your episode, you call me. Hello, Grandma, I saw you called. When I'm having my episode, just 70 calls, no pickup. And it's every time I have an episode. Every time I have an episode.
Well, I may not be here, or
You're
may
asleep.
be in the bathroom.
You're usually asleep.
Yeah, I could be asleep.
No, you are usually asleep. And it's every time I have my episode. But
I don't know when you're going to have an episode.
I know you don't. That's what I mean. But that's what I mean, Grandma. You're elderly and whatnot. That's why I'm learning how to compromise. In the meantime, the podcast is a compromise because one of my fears, and my crush knows this, even my old crush knows this, I have a fear of you when you leave. And it's where do I go from here? Who am I gonna call? Who am I gonna do anything? What am I gonna do?
Oh, honey.
I know there's someone there's someone I can call, but I don't think they'll fit the criteria of dealing with it. Because you got to be able to calm me down. You can't just be adding more fire to the fuel.
Yeah.
I mean, more fuel to the fire, I mean. I mean, even my tattoo artist, Steven, said, anytime you're going through any of your episodes or anything, please, man, feel free to hit me up. Like
Really?
I feel like see, that's what I mean. The podcast. I'm reaching out
Oh.
to people. See, and you don't understand that. Like when you say you're embarrassed of some of the stuff that you said because it might have been too much information, at the end of the day, it wasn't, because someone's out there who feels just like you, who ain't saying anything. Me,
Yeah,
I don't care. Because you know what I said as soon as I walked into therapy, voluntarily, after going manically suicidal because of my homicidal thoughts, and I was just getting tired of seeing them and tired of hearing it. Like I was going to off myself. Like I needed to go get help, period. And the first thing I told my therapist, I don't want to go to prison for what's in my head. I don't want to go to prison. I want help. And they looked at me and they said, we're not going to arrest you. Not going to arrest you. And I just told them everything. I told them every single thing running through my head.
Oh,
I told them how much my thoughts have evolved over the years, how they went from suicidal in high school. Well, it was like middle school and high school it was suicidal. And then it started to go homicidal. And then as I got older, it was suicidal and homicidal. It just got worse and worse. And then like before I got help, like it was like mass homicidal and suicidal. That's what I mean. As I got older, it would get worse. That's why I have no shame talking about any of it. No shame at all. My parents probably have a shame of it. They're probably in denial about it all. But if you look at my older writings, you'll see where I was mentally, because I was writing out all my thoughts so they'd stop bothering me.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't know what that's like, to have your thoughts pester you about those things, and they're orchestrating it in your head. I hate that. I hate it. And that's why I do what I do with this podcast, because when you are gone, I got this podcast where I can release what I'm dealing with vocally, and it could be a teaching tool for whoever might be struggling with it.
Oh, wow.
There's no shame in my game. I don't care. Because at the end of the day, like I said, I got you, and then I got nothing.
Oh, honey. I'm going to pray that God would find you somebody.
Oh, he has. He has.
Oh.
My main crush and my older crush. I can go to them, and I know my main crush is always there. The older crush, she might not be there so much, but when she is, she always checks on me. Anyway, that's enough bonus footage for now. So this is the bonus footage of the 50th anniversary. Grandma, do you have anything to say? Well, not 50th anniversary, 50th video. So Mimi, what do you have to say to the people who have listened from 1
Are we on podcast right now?
Well, this is bonus footage.
Oh.
That means it's just going to be bonus. Like, it's not on the podcast. It's going to be bonus. I'm going to upload it in a different audio file.
Oh, okay.
So what do you got to say to the people who have listened from 1 through 50?
Well, I want to say that if you're struggling with something, get help. If you're struggling with your thoughts, get help. But first of all, pray. Pray that God will help you and deliver you from whatever that is that's been bothering you. And And believe me,
and don't.
God is up there, and He's just waiting for you to come to Him. He's just waiting.
And one thing, don't be like my grandma and say, I'm embarrassed because I think I told too much information, blah, 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 blah. Because at the end of the day, there is no such thing as too much information when you need help.
Yeah.
Exactly. Because the only thing you're helping by hiding it, or hiding certain things and certain thoughts and certain anything, you're not helping yourself. And you could get misdiagnosed. You could be on the wrong medicine. Think that through.
Well, I had to come clean to the doctors. That's when they put me on the right medicine.
See? See?
It's the medicine that you can't take because it's wrong for you.
Yep.
You were only on 1 milligram.
Yep.
I'm on 2.
There you go.
But it was the right medicine for me.
Yep. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like I don't care because half the stuff I talk about on here, I've yelled at my parents about. So I don't care. Don't care.
Yeah, but honey, how can you say you don't care when I know you do care?
What do I care about? When it comes to my mental health, I'm going to say whatever I want because at the end of the day, I need to reach out. I don't care. I can't go to my own parents. I got to improvise.
I mean, you care enough to help people.
Okay, you are missing the whole thing that I just said. You are missing the whole thing that I said.
Oh, okay. What?
I'm talking about from my standpoint with my parents. Because you were talking about maybe some of the stuff you said was too much information. And at the end of the day, all the stuff I've talked about on the podcast is stuff I've argued with them about. So I don't care.
Oh.
I don't care. Because at the end of the day, I can't go to my own parents, so I gotta improvise. If this is my only outlet, then let's be my only outlet. Maybe something will come out of it. I don't know. But I have to have an outlet. And the thing is, I'm not embarrassed of it no more.
Yeah.
I'm not embarrassed of it no more. Even my crush she is telling me to embrace what I am. Embrace it. Don't hide it. Don't shelter it. Embrace that you like cuddling. Who cares what anyone thinks? Embrace that. Embrace that. Because at the end of the day, that's you. Nobody else. That's you. Everything I've accomplished over the years is me. Everyone has their own story to tell. Of course, mine will be speaking to my tattoos because most of it's going to be through my childhood. But it's going to be more about positive stuff that helped me get through it, not any negative stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Right? I have a story to tell. I have an experience that put me where I am today. Why can't I tell my story? Why should I be embarrassed about it?
Yeah.
That's why you shouldn't be embarrassed about it. Because you never know. Someone could have went through what you went through.
Did you know I went through something today?
What?
You want me to tell you?
I don't care.
You don't care.
Yeah, I don't care. You can tell me.
Well, I had a thought. It was almost like a vision of me pouring gasoline in the parking lot over here and setting it on fire.
Yeah.
Now, isn't that crazy?
No.
I had to get that out of my head.
Yeah, it's probably that stuff that you were watching with Marco.
Oh, yeah.
Why you got to watch positive stuff. That's why you tell me not to listen to that music I used to listen to.
Yeah.
That's why I'm not allowed to read crime books. Because all it does is give ideas.
Yeah.
So maybe for your sake, maybe not let him watch stuff like that in your house because it can trigger you. But you're probably not going to listen to me on that.
Yeah.
Are you?
What, honey?
Well, I'm saying so that don't happen again, maybe not let him watch stuff like that on YouTube while he's over there.
Yeah.
Now, be honest with me. Have you told your doctors about the visions and everything?
No. No, because when they come, I immediately erase them out of my mind and they go.
No, I'm talking about in the past when you first got help.
No, I told them about hearing things and seeing things.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Like, don't do what my grandma did. You want to tell them every single thing. Every single thing. Just let it all out. But don't worry, you've accomplished a lot. You came out a lot about stuff on the podcast. You're getting better, but you need to learn to just face the fact. This is who you are. You got to be able to speak it. So that way you can reach out to people who probably need the same help, but aren't. I mean, half the time I don't know my grandma's name, but at the end of the day, I always learn it. Oh, you day. But yeah, you just gotta embrace what we are, and we gotta help people to deal with it.
Yeah.
That's period.
And you care enough to help people, James.
Yeah.
That's why you are transparent and you share things.
Yep.
Because you do care enough to help people.
Yep.
So see, to say, I don't care, well, that's not necessarily true.
Grandma, you're looking at it all wrong. What I'm saying is, I don't care as in I don't care what other people think.
Oh, well, yeah, I agree with that.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
No, you don't. You just blatantly told me what you think about it when I said I don't care.
Blatantly told you?
Yep.
No, honey, I said you care enough about people to help them.
But then you said, so I don't know why you say you don't care. Am I right or am I right?
Well, maybe I'm not getting across what's really in my mind.
I get what you're saying. But then at the end of it, you said, that's why I don't understand why you say you don't care when you do care. I care about other people and people who deal with what I deal with and people who need help and they need some kind of leader to help them get there. I don't mind being a leader. But see, I don't care what other people think.
Yeah, okay. I get that.
No, you don't.
No, don't say that, James. I do get it.
No, you don't. One time my grandma went to America.
Today?
I miss those days. I miss those days when Grandma went to America. Don't you?
Yep.
You miss those days too?
Yep.
I mean, pretty much, Grandma, the way I do my podcast and share, my experiences from growing up and stuff,
Yeah.
it's no different from my dad reminiscing on how he grew up.
Oh, yes.
See?
You're good at that, just like your dad is.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But
Oh,
see,
boy, you do have some of your traits like your dad.
but see, Dad looks at his upbringing, his very abusive, miserable upbringing, as something positive in making you into a man. When really, what my dad went through was just downright abuse, period.
Oh, yeah, he told me.
But see, that's what I mean. It's no different from what I talk about. You say, James, you might have said too much information too, But at the end of the day, that's like saying when Dad's reminiscing on how awesome his past life was, but he's saying it in a positive light when really if the same stable person was listening to this, they would be like, wow, that's pretty messed up. No, that's messed up.
Yeah.
But Dad is just like, yeah, back in my day growing up, I was beat up by my uncles. Had to take it like a man and all that stuff. No.
Because that's what they taught him.
But see,
He said he had to fight his way.
Yeah, but you're not getting what I'm saying. No little kid should have to go through that.
Right. I agree, honey.
So see, from how you were saying, what I'm saying is too much information. How is that any different?
You're right.
Exactly. The only thing that's different is Dad speaks about it in a positive light and how he enjoyed it. When really,
he did enjoy it.
When really, he makes it sound like he did. He sounded like he had a blast. Like riding on the train all the way to St. Louis. Grandma, he was trying to escape. He was trying to escape.
I know.
Why do you think his goal? But look. Why do you think his goal was to leave Decatur? His whole plan was trying to escape. Because Dad knows, deep down, he knows what he went through, he don't like it. But he cannot emotionally express it. So all he can say is look at it in a positive light. It sculpted me into the man I am today. But he cannot express it. He cannot say, I was abused. He can't say it. He can't say it. He talks about how the train ride to St. Louis and how his uncles beat him up. It was just an experience in becoming a man and all this stuff. But he can't admit that that's wrong. You shouldn't be doing that. Like, why were your uncles beating you up? Like, that's wrong. You shouldn't gloat about that. That's not cool. Like, that's something you should speak in a negative light, not a positive light. Because when you're speaking it in a positive light, say someone younger than you, like, I don't know, teenager or something, they're hearing this story and they're like, wow, so that's what makes a man. Huh. When I have a kid, I'm going to make sure he gets the proper upbringing. You're only encouraging it for other kids to come.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Exactly. Don't think about that stuff in a positive light. There's nothing cool about it.
No, there isn't.
Putting yourself in a dryer till you burn your elbows. Grandma, that's a mentally ill child.
Yeah.
That's a mentally ill child. But Dad talks about like it's fun. Oh, we had a blast when I was growing up. We had a blast. Went all the way to St. Louis on a train, blah, 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 blah. Oh, yeah, I got into a bar fight, left for dead. Like how can you speak in that in a positive light? You were left for dead. Like, you see what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
All Dad's stories, he talks about them in a positive light, when really it's not a positive light. That's what I mean when I say he was wanting to get out of there. He didn't want to admit he was running away from it. When really, him coming down here was his way of running away from it.
Yeah.
Whether he wants to admit that or not. Because he knows back there, that's why when he goes home, he knows all the spots to go. All the spots to go. That'll only bring him down a bad road. That's why it's better for him to be here than there. Because there's no chance of him messing up down here. The Dad talks about it in a positive light. When really that's nothing to be positive about. And I can say that.
Well, he told me that if he didn't have your mother and you, he would have ended up in prison.
So we're dead. Prison or dead.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. You know why he was doing the drugs and the alcohol?
Why?
To escape his abuse that he dealt with growing up.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
You can talk about it in a positive light all he wants. But Grandma, whether he wants to admit it or not, he's still struggling with what that abuse brought him to this day. But he can't admit it. He won't admit it. He's probably going to take that to his grave. He's not going to admit to anything like that because the way he was raised, that's showing weakness. And that's sad.
Yeah.
That's sad.
Yeah.
That's why when, I haven't had any drugs or anything and he would get embarrassed from it at the reunion. And, because I remember, I'll never forget the embarrassment on Dad's face. And I'm pretty sure Aunt Elma remembers it because she was giving Dad an eye by the way he was acting. And it's funny because Aunt Elma sees everything that I go through, even when she's all the way in Chicago.
Yeah.
When we were at like a family reunion or some get together on y'all's side of the family, Aunt Karen, I was in 8th grade, and I remember Aunt Karen talking about, so James, you party, you drink, you do anything. I'm like in 8th grade, and they're talking to me like this. I'm like, no. And she's like, James, you never done drugs or anything? And I was like, no. And Dad literally look up shame. He's looking down with his hands in his face, just looking down like he's embarrassed. I'll never forget that.
Oh.
Never forget that. And I remember Aunt Elma just looking concerned at the conversation that they're having with someone who's in 8th grade.
Really?
Yeah. Your daughter. I'll never forget it.
Wow.
Yep. And it's just like Aunt almost seeing my mom and my dad, you know, pretty much down me when I showed up for Joy's graduation from how I was dressed, like just going off on me, especially when Mom heard. Oh, Mom heard. Aunt Elma was there in the kitchen just watching. And guess who got the story afterwards? Nick, because Nick even heard about it. So the word gets around. Everything gets around. Everything gets around.
Nick heard about it?
Yeah. But that's
What
good.
do you think?
Well, Nick didn't even know I was homeless. Nick said, I wish you would have called me because I would have flew you down here and everything. I would have taken care of
you. Really?
Yep.
Oh, see? He wanted to reach out to you, James.
Yeah, he didn't know I was going through all that though. But that's what I'm saying. See?
Oh, my.
Like
Dude, Nick's a good guy.
Yeah, but even though, like, you know, I think a lot of people are out to get me and stuff, if I just could emotionally express it properly, I could get the help I need. But I'm still learning how to do all that.
Yeah.
But see, Dad, for example, I'm not like him. Me and Dad are total opposites. That's kind of why there's an awkwardness to our relationship. And there probably always will be.
Yeah, but your dad's trying. He's trying to come around, James.
Yeah, I know. I notice it. But I just wish he would find the will to, like, for real.
Yeah, I
I wish he
know.
would find the will. Because Grandma, he's a grown adult.
Yep.
You're going to come get emotional with your son? You know, tell him everything? Like what? Because there have been times where he would sit at the edge of the couch, like, you know, in a thinking pose, like wanting to say something. Because every time he talks to me, like, I'm usually short to the point because I don't want to trigger anything. Because number one, I was in an episode anyway when I was there. So I don't want to trigger anything. I don't want to start an argument.
Yeah.
I don't want to do it. I don't want to fight. I don't want to do nothing. Because at the end of the day, life's too short to be dealing with that stuff.
That's right.
And I got to make myself better. But, you know, 28, but it ain't too late.
No, it's not.
Just gotta live for me and live for my crushes, and, you know, and just work on myself, bettering myself emotionally, physically, and everything to better my emotional bond with the people that I want to strengthen it with. Because at the end of the day, Grandma, I'm just a lovey-dovey type of person because
I know you are.
I didn't get the emotional support. So that's what it is naturally for me. I mean, for example, like if I were to tell my Mom, you won't believe this. What is it, James? I finally talked to a girl about dating vocally. You know what my mom's response going to be? You never done that? You never done that? James, it's not that hard. Just don't be creepy. That's her response for everything. And it's annoying. I'm 28, and that's my first time ever doing that. But see, that's what I mean. With my crush, I can be at my most vulnerable. So if I'm in an episode, I can literally just expose myself, just take off the episode and just let it out in front of her. And she will hold me, tell me everything's okay. She knows how to get me out of it. And it feels great.
Oh.
She don't apologize for nothing or anything. Nothing. See, that's what I mean. I know how to pick who to go to when I'm in an episode.
Yeah.
Even with my old crush, I was there. I was in an episode there too. She was there for me, and we had the best cuddle ever, and it was so amazing.
Oh, good.
It feels so good to put yourself at your most vulnerable, where you're just exposing everything. Just exposing, letting it all out. Because at the end of the day, it takes it all away. You just got to be emotionally confident with yourself. Because if you're not emotionally confident with yourself, you're just going to bottle it up.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm learning. I've no shame in my game. I know who to go to, and I know who not to go to. I know who would be a trigger, and I know who isn't a trigger. People can tell me all the time, I'm here for you if you need me. And it's like, no, you wouldn't be good for it. No, you wouldn't be good for it. No, you wouldn't be good for it. Because I'm not going to chance it. I'm not going to chance it. There's no point in chancing it. Because you see, that manic side, I don't want to expose to anyone. So I want someone who can nip it right there, then poke it accidentally until I turn manic. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
So Mimi,
Yeah.
if you were on the 50th podcast, what would you say?
If I was what?
If you were on the 50th podcast, what would you say?
I'd say, well, this is number 50, and I want to encourage you all to, if you're struggling with anything, get help.
There you go. Now, what if my grandma told me about America? What if my grandma told me about America?
Yeah.
What if my grandma told me about America?
What about America?
Well, you know, my grandma is cool. This is going to be the longest bonus footage ever. Because we have one more bonus footage. And it's where when you were acting really cute. And I was like, I got to record this. I recorded it when you didn't even know it.
Oh, no.
Yep.
James.
What? It was cute.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to expose, you know. I want people to know the real you. You shouldn't be ashamed of it. I wouldn't put anything out there that would embarrass you.
Yeah, I know you.
You were being cute. And I pretty much said, this is why.
Yeah, honey.
What?
That's why you honor me.
Yep.
To want me to be your sounding board.
Yep.
That honors me.
Well, there you go. You know, my grandma is pretty cool.
Thank you, James.
My grandma one time went to America. You know what that was like?
Yeah.
You know what that was like? It was like going to America.
Yeah.
You ever been to America?
Yeah.
What was it like?
Pretty good.
If you could go to America 50 times a day, what would you do?
I'd go to America 50 times a day.
How often do you go?
I go every day.
Wow. That's pretty cool. I wish my grandma was American.
I am American.
No, you're not.
I am.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
Okay, Grandma. Then say the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light, was so proudly we hail at the twilight last gleam, who brought stripes and bright stars.
You're not American.
Can't remember the
You're not
rest.
American.
Stars.
You're not American. Stop. You're not American. Stop.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not, because you forgot the word.
I forgot the word.
Yeah. You're not American.
Yes, I am.
Okay, say the national anthem.
I forgot the word.
See? You're not American.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not. Because, Grandma, if you're American, you should know the national anthem.
Well, I forgot the word.
Yeah, you know why you forgot the words? You're not American.
Yes, I am. Don't tell me I'm not American.
Okay, then. Say the national anthem.
Forgot the word.
That's my point. You're not American.
Yes, I am.
No, okay, say the national anthem.
No, I forgot the word.
Yeah, you know why you forgot the words? Because you're not American. Boy. Now, am I right or am I right?
No.
Yeah, I am. How am I not?
Swing.
None of your beeswax. None of your beeswax.
Well, I hear something. What are you doing?
None of your
Pounding on
beeswax.
a pot?
You don't worry about it, Grandma. One time my grandma went to America because it's none of your business because you're not American.
Yes, it is my business.
No, it's
Because I
not.
am.
Okay, then say the national anthem.
Got the word.
Yeah, because you're not American. When will you get that? Because face it, if you were American, you would know every single word. Now, am I right or am I right?
Who brought stripes and bright stars?
Grandma, you cannot do that. You skipped a whole. You skipped a whole part.
Proudly we hail at the twilight last gleaming.
You can't do that. You skipped
And
a whole part.
its red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that the flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Yeah, you know, you just disgraced the national anthem because you know what? You forgot a whole part.
Oh, I probably
That's no better than that woman who did it at the Super Bowl and she forgot a whole part.
Really?
Yeah. So you know what you just proved to me? You just proved to me that you aren't American and you're trying your best to prove that you are American.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, but at the end of the day, you're not American.
Whatever.
Because a real American would know the national anthem.
Okay. Whatever.
Now, am I right or am I right?
No. Whatever.
Oh, I'm not? Well, then, wait a minute. So, how can I say all the words, but yet you can't?
Well, you sing all the words then.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held in the twilight's last gleaming? Whose bright stars and bright stripes? Wait a minute. a minute. Be quiet. I got to do it on team. Okay. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose bright stars and white stripes through the perilous in the Be quiet. I'm not American. I never was American though. I never was American.
Hey, honey, you're forgetting the same part that I forgot.
Yeah, but I never was American.
Well, don't say that.
I was never American.
Be proud to be an American.
I was never American. That's why I don't know the words. But see, at least I can openly admit it. You can't, but I can.
No, I can't, and I'm not.
Why?
Because I am American.
Nope.
I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free.
One time my grandma went to America. 1, 2, 3, 4. One time my grandma went to America. Oi.
Yeah.
Oi. One time my grandma went to America. One time my grandma went to AmeriGas. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Remember that trip to AmeriGas?
No, not really.
Well, you know there's pictures of it, right?
That's what you say.
I know you saw the pictures.
Yeah, but that's what you say.
No, that was a real picture of us at the AmeriGas.
I never was there.
Okay, then explain the picture. What's that? What was that noise?
The weekly test.
Yeah. This coffee is so good. A 1, a 2, and a check up on my check. One time my grandma went to America. Remember that, Momo?
Yeah.
How long have you been in America? How long have you been in America?
All my life.
Grandma, what's it like to be in America?
It's good.
Grandma, if you could advertise America to a tourist who wants to become American, what would you tell them?
Oh, I don't know, James.
What do you mean?
That's a hard one.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. How is it hard?
What am I going to say?
That's what I'm asking you.
Our president is going nuts, and he's not allowing immigrants to be in this country and become citizens of the United States. What am I going to do?
You have to advertise America to a tourist.
How though?
That's what I'm asking you. What are you going to say?
I don't know what to say.
Well, why not? You're an American citizen. You should be able to do that. So, what are you going to say to them? Grandma Meerkat,
Yeah,
what are you going to say to them?
I know what I would say to them.
Why not? Why? So what you're saying, what you're telling me is you're not American if you can't advertise America to a tourist who wants to be American.
Well, the tourist that wants to be American should know that we have a president that lies about everything. And here he was going to have a secret meeting with the Taliban. And then he called the meeting off because the Taliban killed one of our soldiers in Afghanistan.
Okay. So that's what you would tell the tourists?
Yeah.
That's kind of a crappy way to advertise America, Grandma.
Well, I don't know what to say.
You should know what to say. You're American.
James, why do you keep putting me in a spot, honey?
Well, to be honest, a real American should know how to properly advertise America.
How would you advertise America?
Well, I would say, welcome to America. We are in a democracy where everyone has a choice. So don't judge America by our president, because at the end of the day, that's who was chosen by the people. So with being American, you are free to vote for whatever leader you wish to have. You can either choose to bring our country up, or you can choose to bring it down. The power's in your hand, except if the Electoral College says otherwise. Then it's a whole different story. But otherwise, you have the right to vote, free to do whatever you want, free to practice whatever you want to practice. You can do whatever you want.
Oh, that's pretty good, James. I have to say, that's pretty good.
Yeah, see, that's what I mean.
I can't be that creative.
That's how you can tell a real American from a fake American. You're a fake American.
Okay, whatever.
Oh, your response is so funny.
But your words are very creative.
Because that's how it is. Once Donald Trump got elected and, everyone's making a big old deal, it's like, that's the beauty of America. We can bring our own country down. Guys should be lucky to live in such a country because some other people don't have that decision.
That's right.
So whether you agree with our current president or not, at the end of the day, the people have spoken.
Yeah. See, you got the words, James.
Yeah,
That's why you're good with your words.
Yeah.
You create a scenario.
Yeah.
With your words.
Yep. That's how you got to do it, though. Because otherwise, you'll probably give responses like my grandma does.
Yeah.
Which is very biased. That's like a one-sided response.
Yeah.
I've got blemishes underneath my nose.
You've got what?
blemishes like underneath the crevices of my nose, like on the side.
Oh,
Why is that?
I don't know.
La. Yeah, follow this beauty page from Athens, and the woman literally she takes care of people's acne and whatnot, and I learned a lot from her. Grandma, what's your point of acne?
Of acne,
Yeah.
well, I suffered from acne all my life.
Yeah.
And then I found out in my old age that I've got rosacea.
What is rosacea?
It bumps form on the face, and they could have stuff in them. And the doctor had prescribed a cream to put on my face so that I could get rid of it, because it's actually, well, it's like adult acne, but it's actually rosacea, to where your face is red and it gets bumps around your nose and on your cheeks, and the cream helps.
What's so bad about it?
What's so bad about it?
Yeah. What's so bad about rosacea? I never heard of it.
Well, that's what the doctor told me I have.
Yeah, but what's so bad about it?
Well, because it spreads on your face, and you don't want to be walking around with bumps on your face. So I've got cream, I've got an ointment that I use for my face.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
How's that doing for you?
Okay.
So pretty much it's not bad. Is that what I'm getting? I'm trying to take care of my freaking acne. That's why I follow that woman. I'm learning
Oh, you have acne too?
I mean, it's not bad. It's that I can't stand when my nose gets texture. Everything else on my face is fine. Even my nose is fine to a visual. But when I touch my nose, it's so uneven. Like, it's so much pattern, and I hate it.
Oh.
You know what I'm talking about?
Not really. You mean bumps form on your nose?
No, I don't got bumps. It's like you can feel. It's like, what's that word for it? It's like cerebrum?
Texture?
No, it's like cerebrum. It's like stuff, that white stuff in your nose.
Oh, pus.
It's not pus. It's like, there's a word for it.
Yeah. Maybe it's not pus. It's something. That's what rosacea forms. It's got a substance in there that's white.
Yeah, that's called, starts with like a S. I don't know what his name it is. Cerebrum?
Oh, I don't know.
Well, like I can feel the texture of where it's a lot of it, and there's a lot of not. You can't see it, but you can feel it, and I hate
Yeah.
it.
Well, maybe you need some of that cream.
No, I don't, because I don't show. It just I don't like the texture.
Oh.
Because even my friends, they all say I have good skin and stuff, but it's like, yeah, until you feel my nose. You feel that nose, you'll feel you'll feel it. Because some places more comes out of another, and it's like, wow, this stuff's nasty. But it's oil that collects in the pores.
Oh, oils, yeah.
Yeah. But I do know my grandma's name, so that's a plus, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I follow this woman on Instagram who shows her stuff, and she shows some pretty cool stuff I didn't even know. I mean, I know my grandma's name at the end of the day, but everyone gets it. Everyone gets it, not just me.
Oh.
And even I asked my parents, how do you get rid of it? They say you can't. Like this stuff constantly builds up in your nose and stuff. But the thing is, I don't feel it on my face. Now, if I rub my finger against my face, then I get a lot of it on my finger. But I don't feel the texture or nothing. But on my nose, it's uneven. Because you know why?
Oh.
Because your nose is uneven. There's not a single flat surface on your nose. So you can feel it. And I hate it. That's kind of why they tell you not to over clean your face, because you'll mess it up. You don't want to mess it up, because your body naturally produces those oils to prevent dryness. That's why my nose has like dry skin growing on it. And my grandma's real cool. She's real awesome. And you know, at the end of the day, I miss her.
Thank you, James. God bless you. Are you sneezing?
No.
What are you doing?
Grandma, you're not American enough to know.
Oh, really?
Nope. You got to be American to know what I'm doing.
Oh.
Only Americans know what I'm doing. Because real Americans are doing it right now. And it's not sleeping. Real Americans are night owls. And they're full of energy. And they're drinking coffee right now. I remember that one time my grandma went to New York. Grandma, what was it like when you went to New York?
I don't really remember.
You ever miss it?
Yeah.
Like if you could go to America, back in a time where you enjoyed it, what era would you go to?
What?
What era would you go to?
Era?
Yeah.
ERA?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Probably I think I'd rather go to the era where there was prohibition.
Why prohibition?
Because I don't like alcohol.
What's wrong with it?
It gets people drunk.
So what was prohibition?
Prohibition was they banned alcohol. Alcohol was against the law.
Well, geez, that didn't happen too long.
No, it was, I can't remember how long it was, but
So they banned it all.
And do you know that my parents were bootleggers
What's that mean?
during Prohibition? My mother would cover containers of alcohol under her skirts, under her dresses, when she was in the car.
Why?
So the police couldn't see it. My father was bootlegging alcohol. Here it was illegal to have it, but they had it.
So what, were they selling it?
Yeah.
Who were they selling it to?
I don't know. I guess you could call them drug dealers of alcohol, because it was illegal. And if the police stopped you and found alcohol in your vehicle, oh, you were in big trouble. You were in possession of a substance that's illegal, an illegal substance.
Yeah, but Mama, you do know taking away the product is not going to remove it. It's just going to make it worse.
Yeah, I guess. But now they want to legalize marijuana, and that's only going to go into people are going to be driving under the influence and causing accidents. There was a train engineer that I believe I'm saying the story correctly. Maybe you heard about this story. A train got into an accident, and they found that the engineer was using marijuana.
What happened?
Well, I think he was arrested.
Was he really?
I'm not sure how that ended up.
See?
I take that back. I don't know.
Exactly. So how do you really know?
Yeah, I know.
All you know is my grandma's cool. And that's all you can know.
Thank you, James.
Yeah, that's all you know. Ain't it?
Yep.
Now, how does it feel to know that you're that cool?
Well, by your words, it feels good. because you honor me, James.
What about
and just for you to choose me to be your sounding board, I am so honored by that. James, you don't even know. I feel like I'm accomplishing something in somebody's life, and it's your life.
Yep.
That's why your life means so much to me.
Yep. Because you are accomplishing something.
Yeah. I'm being effective in your life.
Yep.
But I also need to turn you toward the Lord Jesus, because I know what he did for me and Grandma.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. And I love you so much, James. The way you honor me is just, sometimes I don't even feel like I deserve it.
Why not?
But yet you honor me, and that makes me feel like I'm doing something good. Because most of the time, to some of my children, I'm always doing something wrong.
Yeah.
But in your life, I'm doing something good, which helps me to feel like I'm really accomplishing something and doing something good.
Well, there you go.
Maybe God is using me in your life.
Yeah, because I would have been dead.
Yeah, and God forbid about that.
I'm almost finished this Guatemalan coffee.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, you're still drinking it, huh?
Yep. Guatemalan.
With the Nescafe, what is that called?
With my grandma.
Nesquik.
With my grandma. Hey, Grandma.
Yeah.
So I got a quick question. If you were Brazilian, what would you do?
I was Brazilian?
Yeah.
I'd buy a coffee plantation and grow coffee beans and sell my coffee beans to different places. Maybe I'd reach out even to the USA and sell my coffee beans and be wealthy with the coffee beans and have it labeled Brazilian coffee.
That's a good plan. Don't you think so?
Huh?
That's a pretty good plan, don't you think so?
Yeah. That's what I would do.
Why don't you try that?
Well, I'm not Brazilian, though.
That don't matter. You could still do it. You don't have to be Brazilian. Think about it. How many times has my grandma been to New York? Think about that. Think about that.
Yeah.
Now, times that by 100, and that could easily be the possibilities of you being Brazilian.
Oh, really?
Am I right or am I right?
I guess.
I know I'm right. Because my grandma's real cool. And at the end of the day, Not a lot of people can say they have the coolest grandma in the world. Am I right or am I right?
Yep.
You know, my grandma went to America not long ago, too.
Yeah.
When she got back from Brazil. And Grandma, tell the people what it was like when you went to Brazil. Tell them.
Honey.
Tell them.
No, don't put me in that spot again.
Tell them.
James.
Tell them. Tell them.
James.
Tell them.
Are we talking on a podcast?
Yeah, we're still on bonus footage.
Oh, no.
Now tell them.
Don't do this to me, James.
Tell them.
James, I can't.
Yes, you can. Just tell them. Let's say some Brazilian people are listening right now. Tell them about the amazing time you had in Brazil.
I didn't go to Brazil.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did, people from Brazil. When my grandma went to Brazil, she had the best time. She even learned a little bit of Portuguese. She might not remember it now because it was years ago. But when she went to Brazil, she was speaking Portuguese, having a good time. She had Brazilian food. She said Brazil is an amazing country. Would she live there? Heck yes, she would. My grandma's a big fan of your football team. Ain't that right, Mimi? Ain't that right, Mimi?
Ball team.
Yeah, football. 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 No, it was football before it was even soccer. You do know that, right?
Oh, was it?
Yeah. Grandma, say football.
Football.
Now, how do you feel?
Very good. Oh, boy.
So, Grandma, what's your point?
What?
What's your point, Grandma?
Are you there, James?
Yeah, what's your point?
I had to change phones.
Holy frick. I just got down a new style of fighting. Holy frick. And I bet no one has thought of this. I got a new style of fighting that can do severe damage.
And what's that?
I can't tell. But just know, I'm practicing it. Because right here, no one would be expecting it. Your liver's exposed, kidneys exposed, your jawline's exposed. Holy frick. Hitting the liver, they hit the floor. Oh, ah. And then you kick them in the face. And then they say, yeah. I'm just kidding, Momo.
Yeah, I know.
But my grandma is real cool.
Thank you, James.
That's one thing I like to do on my boxing games. When I played boxing, I like to hit them in the kidneys or the liver. Or I like to do a low blow. And one of the boxing games I played, you can actually headbutt them. I like doing that too. I like to grapple them, bring them in, Just give him a good headbutt. And then I'll look at the ref and I'll be like, I didn't do anything. And I'll just keep boxing. Grandma, what's your point about boxing?
A point about boxing?
Yeah.
I don't have a point about boxing.
You know what's funny? My friend at work, we were talking about weapons and stuff, and I asked him, do you even know how to properly use brass knuckles? And he was like, yeah, you just punch them. And I was like, no, that's not how you properly use brass knuckles. So I told him how to properly use them, and he says, I'm not trying to kill them. And it's like, but that's the proper way to use them.
Oh.
There's a certain technique to use brass knuckles, because if you're using them wrong, you're hurting yourself. And pretty much the stereotypical way which people think you're supposed to use it, you're actually hurting yourself.
Oh, really?
Yep. Because when you go in for the punch with it, it's that power that you're putting in someone's face, all that metal and stuff, it stops at their skull. And where do you think all that power goes? It goes right back down your hand, back down your arm, all the way up your shoulder to your chest. You have to look at it from exerting power. Like, you have to have an exit for the power to go. You don't want it to travel back to you because it'll hurt you. Because metal to skull is a lot of power. And you don't want that coming back to you. It's like a car wreck. You got to think of it like a car wreck.
Oh, wow.
Yep. See, I know a lot of stuff that people don't know about. Because when I was paranoid. When I'm talking like that stuff, like I told them about the weapon collection I had and everything. Now I tell them that's when I was paranoid, none of my meds. Because I would literally study. Do you know how much I would study self-defense videos and stuff because my paranoia was so bad? I would study them religiously.
Really?
I remember being so paranoid. I remember when I started my new job, I was paranoid someone was going to try something with me. So I had a bunch of weapons in my pockets. I had a jock strap. I had a jock strap on and everything, like just in case. I even had a mouth guard just in case if someone was wanting to go. I'll pop that mouth guard in when they're not knowing and just come in and just do some damage.
Oh, wow.
That's how paranoid I was.
Oh, man.
Like, I always had a weapon on me. Like, always. And I studied how I was going to hit them. I knew all the lethal hits, everything. That's why when I told my friend how to properly use brass knuckles, he was kind of shocked. He's like, what the world? I'm not trying to kill them. Because literally brass knuckles that's their intention. Like, the way to properly use them and stuff, it's not to hurt them. Like, it's there to, it's no different from a gun. Like, there's a certain way you got to use it.
Oh.
That's why a weapon should be treated like a weapon, no matter in what state. Like, people say, well, I don't need a gun. I'm not trying to kill no one. But, I'll get these brass knuckles, It'll be a lot safer, and no one's going to die. But let's say if this guy who is carrying this as like a defense weapon, and say he's going against someone who is paranoid and manic, who has brass knuckles, who's going to win? The manic guy, because he more than likely studied how to properly use them.
Oh.
You would be surprised at the stuff I know.
Well, I probably would be, James.
Yeah, you would. But that's what a paranoid mind does. you're so paranoid everyone's going to kill you and stuff, and you're just studying on how to one-up everybody. And I remember I had weapons for every cause. Like, I thought it all through. Like, I had brass knuckles, I had knives, I had plastic knuckles. So if I were to ever go to an airport or something, I could get through the metal detectors, no problem. Like, I thought of everything.
Oh.
That's what a paranoid mind does.
I guess.
Yep. I know you can't relate to that because you don't have those kind of manic modes.
No.
But like that's the thing. Like when I wasn't on medicine or something, like I was always looking for someone to fight me. I remember I would be on the phone with Laura and I'd say, "Man, I just wish someone would mess with me so I can use these brass knuckles on someone." Like I would literally say that, like just hoping someone does.
Really?
Yes.
Oh my.
Like I spent all this money and whatnot, and no one's messed with me yet.
Would she talk you out of it?
Oh yeah, she talked me out of a bunch of stuff. She talked me out of actually buying a gun from someone.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, because the guy was my friend. He was like, "Hey man, you know, you're my friend and I care about you, man. So if you ever need a gun or anything, just hit me up. I got you." And thing is like my paranoid mind, I already had someone in mind that I would use it on. And I was talking to Laura about my plan, and she just talked me out of it.
Well, I'm glad she did.
Yep. Because that's what I mean. You never know what anyone could be going through.
Yeah.
See, that's why I always had someone on the phone with me. Because, you know how they say curiosity kills the cat? That's what would have happened if I didn't have anyone on the phone.
Oh.
But Laura knew I was a nice dude. I was just messed up. Yeah, me and Laura are still cool too, to this day.
That's good.
We don't have the same relationship we once had, but
Mhm.
you know, she still checks on me and stuff.
Oh, she does?
Yep. She sends me a message every now and then saying, "I hope you're all right and everything's going good."
Oh, that's good.
Yep. See, that's what I mean, though. Like,
You talked to her for, how long did you talk to her for, James?
until I got with Nana. And that was for a long time. Yep. I talked to her even before I was working at Shane's Rib Shack.
Oh, you did?
Oh, yeah, I talked to her for a long time. She's been there through the crazy episodes and everything. Like when I was at the most manic. I just miss my grandma like $1,000,000. Grandma, I miss you like Donald Trump missing a small loan of $1,000,000.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Grandma, what's your plan for America? And go. Plan for America and go.
To tell people about Jesus.
And how's that going?
Pretty good.
Do you think you would win in a fight between you and Mike Tyson?
No, I wouldn't.
Who would win?
He would win.
I don't know. My grandma used to be a fighter.
Nah.
What did they used to call you back in the day? Hulkman Gambino.
Oh, boy.
And introducing in the ring, Hocwwid Gambino. My grandma had a mean uppercut. Didn't you, Momo?
I don't know.
If you had to go to America, where would you go?
I'd go to Athens, Georgia.
Why's that?
Because you're there.
Oh, amen. But see, that's what I mean. Like, with paranoia and stuff, when you hear people who have these crazy weapon collections, they're usually very, very paranoid. Like, I was watching TLC, people who have, like unhealthy collections or something like that. This guy had a gun for every room. Every single room. And this podcast thing, it's like a news thing on YouTube. And they were like, so what if someone breaks in his house? And I mean, this guy already exposed his collection. I mean, he didn't show his hiding spots or anything, but like, what if someone broke in his house and they were trapped inside of a room and the guy had a gun? Well, they're in a room and there's a gun in every room. So he can get a gun from that room once he finds the spot and he says, oh, found it. And he can just come in there just blowing everything.
Oh.
See, so pretty much his paranoia would come against him. That's why they say paranoia will destroy you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you could be too paranoid and you end up destroying yourself because that's pretty much what paranoia gets you. It gets you into trouble.
Yeah, really.
Whether it's prison or doing life, like, life's too short to be paranoid. Just don't get into those messed up situations. Just don't get in them. Walk away. That's what I do. If I know there's a moment that could trigger me, I'm out. I walk away from it. Because at the end of the day, I am very well aware of myself, and I know where I need to be or where I don't need to be. And at the end of the day, my grandma did go to America. She did graduate from Harvard University.
Oh, I did not.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
Don't say that.
I'll say what I want. You can't stop me. You know, my grandma did go to America.
Of course, I am in America.
How was it?
Okay.
If you could go to America 3 times a day, where would you go?
Athens, Georgia, Jefferson, Georgia, and Decatur, Illinois.
Well, what about my grandma? Grandma, would you visit my grandma if you came to America?
Honey, I am your grandma.
I know, but would you visit yourself? Would you? Would you?
That's very narcissistic.
What does that mean? What do you mean that's narcissistic?
I'm only thinking of myself to go visit myself. Come
How is that narcissistic?
Because I've got myself on my mind. I'm gonna go visit myself.
Well, if you think about it.
Oh, Dave.
If you think about it, okay, so say you fly in to Decatur, you go to where my grandma lives, and you take the recliner and you put it in a corner of a wall and you sit in the recliner and you just visit with yourself.
Oh my goodness.
And you just rock back and forth in the recliner. Hey, how's it going? Good to see you. And you're just talking to your shadow. Hi, how's it going?
Me and my shadow. You know, that was a song
Yep.
many years ago.
Yep, my grandma helped write it.
Shadow.
Yep, my grandma helped write it.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did. If you look at the fine print of that song, it says produced by my grandma. Remember?
No, not really.
Remember when I used to tell you, Grandma, what if I went back in time and I saw you as a kid and I'm a grown adult and I walk up to you and I say, hey, Grandma, what would be your response?
Oh boy, that would be, I don't know.
How would you respond to that?
I'd just say, hi, James.
No, you're a little kid.
Oh, I'm a little kid.
Yeah.
Oh.
I went back in time when you were a kid and I said, hi, Grandma. And I'm a grown adult.
Oh,
Grandma,
Mom.
Grandma. Can you imagine?
No, I can't imagine that.
What would be your response? How would you respond? Like, let's say, let's think of something, okay? So you're at school and you're on the playground and I used a time machine to go back in time when you were a kid. And I said, hey, Grandma. And I'm trying to get your attention. You're on the swings or something. How would you respond?
I'm nobody's grandma.
And I say, Grandma, it's me. It's me, James.
I don't know who you are.
And I say, but Grandma, look, here's a picture of me. And I bring out my smartphone and I show you a picture of me and you. That's you when you're older, Grandma.
Oh,
it's me,
my.
James.
I really, oh boy, I don't know.
My grandma's the coolest. Grandma, when was the last time you went to America? And be honest.
Today.
Wow. Grandma, what's it like in America? What's it like in America?
It's okay.
You know, I miss my grandma like $1,000,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I miss you like $1,000,000.
I remember one time my grandma went to America, and you know what she said? You know what she said?
What?
She came in, looked around, and all she said was, I miss North Korea. And she went back to North Korea, where she came from. Grandma, what would you do if you went to America on a daily basis?
I do go to America on a daily basis.
Why?
Because I live here.
Where do you live?
In Decatur, Illinois.
Why?
Because that's where I live.
Well, what if my grandma went to America on a summer's day?
Well, then I'd go to America on a summer's day.
Or what if my grandma went to America on a daily basis?
I do.
Yeah, but how is that?
I go to America on a daily basis.
How does that feel?
Very good.
Really?
Yeah.
You know what my grandma does for a living?
I don't do anything for a living.
Oh, you don't?
Well, I take my neighbors to stores and stuff.
Oh, yeah? Is that all you do? Is that all you do?
Yeah.
Promise? You promise?
No, you got me trapped. Now, what are you going to say?
No, I just want you to promise.
No, because then you come up with something else.
Why do you say that?
Because that's how you are.
Well, then maybe if that's how you think, maybe you should. Maybe you should. I don't know. Be honest.
What happened?
Nothing. So, what else do you do?
I don't remember.
Now, you can't do that. Meerkat,
Yeah.
you can't do that.
Why?
I want you to tell me what else you do besides drive people to and from. And if
I read my Bible and read my devotional and read my book.
Okay, is that all you do?
And I sit here and watch TV and catch up on my shows.
All right, is that all you do?
That's all I know. I remember that's what I do.
Promise?
Yeah.
Say, James, that's all I do and I promise.
Yeah, but I don't want to make a promise if I can't keep it.
What makes you say you can't keep it?
Because you'll come up with something.
Why do you say that?
Because I know you, James.
I mean, pretty much, Grandma, you do 3 main things. And you should know what they are. I shouldn't have to tell you. 3 main things. That's all you do for a living. 3 main things.
Pray.
Okay. What else?
Do my breathing treatment.
Okay.
And sleep.
All right. Is those your final answers?
Yeah.
And say, James, I promise that this is what I do for a living.
That's what I know I do.
No, say I promise.
I don't know everything.
Grandma, just say, I promise that this is what I do for a living.
I'm not going to promise.
Just say it.
No, I'm not.
Why?
Because I'll break my promise. And you'll say, see, Grandma, you promised, and you broke your promise.
I'm not going to say that. I'm just going to correct you. I'm just going to correct you.
Correct me.
Yeah, because everything you said was wrong.
Everything I said was wrong?
Yep. Everything you said was wrong. I said what you do for a living.
pay taxes.
Good. Grandma, that's like saying my dad lives, working as a machine mechanic and pays taxes. We're talking about occupation-wise. What you do for a living.
I don't have an occupation.
Oh, you don't?
No.
Okay, then say, I promise that I don't have an occupation.
I promise that I don't have an occupation.
Wrong. Wrong. Let's see. Number 1. Remember I said 3 things. Let's say with the first one, which should have been just the most obvious answer. Living for the Lord Jesus.
Oh.
Number 2. Being a personal taxi cab for people. And number 3, being a babysitter.
Oh.
Now, am I right or am I right?
Yeah, you're right.
Now, what do you got to say for yourself?
Well, I didn't realize those things.
How could you not realize them?
I don't know.
Especially the first one.
I know the first one I should have come up with right away.
Yep. Should have. But did you?
No, I didn't.
Why not?
I don't know.
Have you ever thought about that?
I should think more about Jesus.
There you go. You just took the words right out of my mouth. All right, so I think I'm going to cut the bonus footage off. So, Grandma, since we didn't do it on the last podcast, because this is going to be part 2 of number 50, bonus. So, Grandma, what do you have to advertise before I shut this podcast off?
Advertise
Yeah.
Louisiana hot sauce.
What about it? Sell it to the people. Sell it to the people.
It's got a good flavor. It's a little bit spicy, but not a whole lot. And got a little kick to it, but it's got flavor.
Ooh.
It tastes really good on food, especially eggs and rice.
Ooh. Now, it sounds kind of expensive.
No, it's not expensive.
How much does it cost?
Oh, just $1 something, $1 and some change.
Now, in your mind, is that cheap?
Yeah, that's cheap.
Now, what about for America?
For America?
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you mean for America?
My grandma's American, so we got to do it from an American standpoint, right?
Yeah, but I don't know how.
Well, I miss my grandma like $1 million. My grandma is the coolest person in the world. How cool is my grandma? How cool are you, Grandma?
I don't know. You tell me.
You're like 1 million times cool.
Oh, thank you, James.
So, Mama, anything else you want to advertise?
Yeah, Dunkin' Donut coffee.
Ooh. Advertising for the people who've never been.
A large mocha iced coffee with 2 splendors and some cream, and between 1 o'clock in the afternoon and 6 o'clock in the evening, they sell it for 99 cents, and it comes to, with tax and everything, $1.21.
Well, there you go. You guys heard it here first.
Yeah.
Hop to it. Anything else you want to advertise, Mama?
Oh, that's it.
Well, I want to advertise how cool my grandma is. One of the coolest people in the world. And if you don't have anyone to look up to in your life, look up to my grandma because she's cool.
Thank you, James.
Well, there you go. And we are officially